Welcome back, guys. So, in part two of our e commerce training, we'll be learning about the basics of managing products on your WordPress WooCommerce store, right? So, coming back to our dashboard, we've already covered this panel here called WooCommerce. Right below this panel is a panel called Products. So, when you click on Products, you will be able to see a listing of all the products that are published and live on your e commerce store at this point, right? So if you want to, so by default you will be getting an e-commerce store which has a few products listed, and if you want to add more products or duplicate products, you can simply hover over the product you want to edit, quick edit, delete, view, or duplicate. So it's a very simple uh, process to make changes to the products of your e-commerce website. In this particular case, we are using our internal e-commerce website where we are selling some signages and posters. So let's learn about how to edit a product in your e-commerce store. So when I click on either this link or the edit button, the edit product window will open. So now I'll just show you how this product looks on the front end and how it looks at the back end. So this is the backend window. This is the title area. There's a description box over here. This is something we call the long description box. This is where we configure the product data. Then there is a short product description box. In our case, we only have to work with the short product description box and the product settings, product data box, right? The data we input at this backend, this is how this in this particular example, this is how it's looking at the front end, right? This is where the title is coming, the image is coming, and the product description is coming, right? There's a side panel on the right over here as well, where various settings about the product is mentioned. Some product categories are mentioned, product tags if we want to put, Facebook metadata if we want to put, some theme settings, and the product image. We can also add additional product images in the product gallery section below, right? So these are some of the important sections of managing this product. Then there is also a SEO option which we have disabled for now to prevent complexity, but we can probably cover that later on if required. So since all this is pretty understandable, just I will just take you through this important panel called the product data panel. In most cases, it will be a simple product which has been mentioned for your store. In case you're into e-commerce of fashion products, we see a very common setting called variable product that we need to configure as. Again, these are all advanced WordPress trainings which we will conduct at the suitable time for our exclusive training partners. In this case, we're just talking about a simple product. So various settings like what the regular price is, what the sale price is, what the tax status is, or the tax classes, these can be mentioned. We can mention our SKU numbers, stock statuses, and our shipping data. What is the weight of this product, dimensions of this product, any linked upsells or cross sells which we want to display on the same page, any custom product attributes that we want to talk about. So, for example, if this poster has three attributes, a matte finish, a gloss finish, and a laminated finish, I can mention that these attributes over here. Then some purchase notes or menu orders. So these are things that you can probably ignore, won't really matter for now. And then there are additional options which we can configure in our portal, right? So this is where we can manage some of these settings. So I will my only request to you is that if you are getting a store that has been designed by Modified Digital, please don't meddle with any of these settings, because you risk making changes which might take some time to unchange if it's not looking nice. The only change we would recommend you do is if you want to change any of this content, if you want to change a picture, if you want to change the title, and if you want to change its stock status. So these are the only changes we recommend that you do. Uh, by default, if you want to create a new product, the best way to do that is by duplicating the product, right? Apart from managing the products from this section, there are two other aspects which you can manage. One is categories, second is tags. So categories help you to categorize the products in your e-commerce website and ensure that you can display products in an easy to access manner. These are by default the categories that you see on the front end. In our example, we don't really have. Yeah, over here we have. These are the different categories of products that we have categorized by area of usage, by type, and so on, right? So categories help you manage this product listing in a much more efficient and effective manner. So you can mention the categories and even subcategories over here. By default, creating a new category is very simple. You just add the name of the category, the slug or the URL that you want, and if it has a parent category, right? So I would recommend that you build out this category structure on an Excel sheet before you start building the categories within your e-commerce store. Tags help in searching and identifying products. If somebody wants to search for them, they can do through various tags as well. So it's a very natural behavior of a user who lands up on your website to find products. If the keywords, so this is where you can identify multiple keywords which can describe or define that product, and it will help users search the products better, right? So this is where you can configure the tags. So that's broadly it. This in itself should be sufficient enough to help you manage the products of your e-commerce store. Thank you so much for watching.